Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tag video. I haven't done one of these for a while and I usually do it one of two ways. The first way I do it is I write down all of the questions, which I have done already, so if you see me looking down you know why. And then as I go through them I make up the answers, because some tags don't require a lot of brain power. But on the other side of the coin, I write down the questions and the answers ahead of filming the video, because some tags require a lot of brain power than others. But this one was very easy to do. As I was writing down the questions, I could think about what answers I was going to respond to them with. So yeah, I haven't done one of these for a while, so it should be interesting. I'll do my best. I'm not sure how well I'll be doing with this. This was created by a channel called Some Other Character. I am subscribed to this channel. I've watched many of their videos, so I can't really comment on that. And I was also tagged by Faceless Book Reviews. I've been subscribed to him since the very beginning, and as his channel name suggests, he doesn't show his face, which, trust me guys, that's for the best. I'm only joking guys. He's a very good friend of mine and I will have both these creators linked down below, so please check them out and of course subscribe to their channels and help them out. So for all these questions you can either answer with a book, movie or comic book, and I will make it clear about what you can answer with what questions. I'll try and make it as easy as I can guys, and also I will have all these questions linked down below, so if you want to do this tag, feel free. They're all, the questions are linked down below. Can't stand it when someone does a tag video and they don't do the questions down below. I mean, okay, so I've got to hunt for them or look at someone else's video. But I've also let myself have the option to answer with a manga, because I read a lot of manga and I wanted to give myself a wider scope to answer questions with. So let's get to it, shall we? So question 1. Stranded. You're on a desert island for 1 week. You're going to be picked up. What one book are you taking with you? Book only. So that was an easy one guys. I'm going to be taking the Bible with me. As a Christian, I am encouraged to read this technically daily. I do not read this daily. Sometimes I skip a day or two, but I read this on a very frequent basis. I cannot imagine going for a whole week without reading at least one chapter of this. And to put chapters from the Bible into perspective about lengthwise, sometimes chapters are maybe a quarter of a page long and sometimes they are several pages long, so it kind of differs. But I'll be reading this straight after I've recorded this tragedy of a video. But yeah, that's what I'll be answering with guys, the Bible. Question 2. Flip-flop friendships or how I learned to love Crocs. I presume that all these titles before the questions are titles for books. I've never heard of any of these titles before. Let me know if they're any good or not. A story with friendship at its core. Bonus summer camp or travel. Book, movie or comic book. I was going to go with Stand By Me, which is the adaptation of The Body by Stephen King. But I am going to go with the movie called The Breakfast Club. This is a classic movie, and its storyline is really basic. It's about a group of teenagers who are from different social groups within their high school, and they're all in detention with each other, and they have to kind of put up with each other. They're in there for, I think, like the whole evening or for several hours, and they have to kind of put up with each other, as I said, and they form a bond and a friendship, and they open up together. I mean, they open up to each other. They express all their worries, concerns, their social life, their family lives. And you have a sports kid, you have a nerd, you have a social outcast, you have a princess, popular girl, and you have a rebel, rule breaker, basically the bad kid. And in the end, they form a unique bond, and they become friends at the end. It's as I said, it's a very simplistic story. It doesn't have too many settings in it. It's not a high budget movie, but it's one where you can just like watch it at any time, and it's entertaining. So that's one we'll be picking, guys. The Breakfast Club. Question 3. Sunscreen Required. What book, movie, or comic burned you with hype but ended up disappointing you? So basically, what book, movie, or comic book had so much hype to it that when you got to it, it left you feeling disappointed? Don't come for me for this, guys. Do not come for me for my answer. My answer is the comic book The Watchmen. Now, the movie The Watchmen, to this day, I believe that that is the best comic book movie of all time. Yes, even better than Infinity War and Endgame put together. Any movie by Marvel, and I haven't watched all of them, but all the movies I've watched by Marvel, DC, The Watchmen, the movie, is the best comic book movie I've ever watched. It will never get boring, it will never get predictable, and it will always be entertaining. But when I got to the comic book, I knew that it was different than the movie. I knew that they had changes from the movie and the comic book. And I knew, in a sense, what some of them were or pretty much what the major one at the end was going to be. More or less, anyway. I'm not saying that I disliked the comic book for Watchmen. In fact, I still have it, and I still intend to read it again or reread it. It just left me with more questions, and maybe some things went over my head, but I don't know. It just didn't fulfill that. No, that's a high standard that I have for the movie. It's still a great comic book. I highly recommend it. But just beware, it's a bit different than the movie. But as I said, I still intend to reread it, so it couldn't have been that bad. In fact, it wasn't. So question 4, Sunburn Secrets. Pick a twisty, juicy thriller or mystery perfect for a hot day. Book, movie, or comic. I don't read mysteries or thrillers. Well, not straight up thrillers or mysteries. I might have it as a combination of genres mixed in with horror, fantasy, or sci-fi, or whatever genre. But I never read just mysteries or just thrillers. And if I do end up reading one, it's very rare, and they're both genres I'm not really gravitating towards to pick up. I'm sure they are fantastic genres. I'm just not drawn to them, I guess. I was gonna go and say for this, I was gonna answer this question with Silence of the Lambs, by Thomas Harris. Hopefully that's the author for Silence of the Lambs. I'm pretty sure it is. But that book isn't really doesn't really fit the criteria about a book that's something that's perfect to read or watch on a hot day. So I'm gonna leave this. So I'm gonna have a pass on this question, unfortunately. Yeah. Question 5: beach book bag or bog bag? Now, I just wanted to say about when Faceless was doing this video, he didn't know what a bog bag was, and I googled it. It's more or less, I think, a bigger version of a tote bag, and the ones I saw were plastic with holes in. So I think it's supposed to be like the the Crocs of beach bags. I guess you forget it where it's no big deal. But the question is, what's your go-to lightweight, fast-paced reads for the beach? Book or comic? I'm not sure how fast-paced this book is going to be, but I'm going to answer this question in kind of 2 parts. What would I take if I was in a reading slump, and what I would take if I wasn't in a reading slump? If I was in a reading slump, I guess I would take A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, as it's a very small book and it doesn't take itself seriously at all. And if I wasn't in a reading slump, I would take a small religious book. And I mean, with me, something small, not my Bible, but something small and manageable, about 200 pages or less. That wouldn't be too heavy, biblically. Something that would be very easy to read, and something that would give me a lot of joy and understanding as well. So question 6, which is the last one: Seashell Surprise. Name a book, movie, or comic that looked simple but had unexpected depth or beauty inside. Okay, I am going to choose any manga by Junji Ito. Anything by Junji Ito. The storyline always looks basic and simple, but he kind of delves into the characters, he delves into the plot, he goes beyond your expectations. Like with Uzumaki, it's more about it goes way beyond just a town that is obsessed and cursed with the spiral pattern. Or Tomi, it goes way beyond just a group of guys being obsessed with a girl. And that's a good thing with Junji Ito, because he always surprises me. His stuff is always beautiful, his artwork is always beautiful, and it's always stunning to look at. He always surprises me with his artwork and his characters and his storylines. He kind of sucks you into the storyline, and you get sucked into this world, and you get kind of taken on this journey with these characters. Yes, you never get any answers fully to any of the storylines of what's happening. He never holds your hands and explains stuff to you. So if you pick up anything by Junji Ito, then keep that in mind. But his stuff is always a surprise for me. I do need to I still have a couple of things, 2, maybe 3 things in my room that I haven't read by the guy, but I will begin to them as soon as I can. And when I have done that, I will go and grab his most recent things I haven't got yet. So that has been the beach vacation tag. Yeah, this was a fun one. I'm not really much of a beach person. I recently went to a beach trip with my church, and it ended up being not relaxing at all. I was not heat stroke, but I was massively dehydrated as I was waiting in the line for food in the baking sun, and yeah, and one thing led to another, and I got called away for um, doing other stuff, and I'm just thinking, I'm exhausted. Is this supposed to be relaxing? I've never been less relaxed in all my life. Yes, it was a beautiful setting. Wish I could have enjoyed it more. Um, Pretty much lying on the sand and bugger all. Um, but hey, what can you do? Um, Life is busy. Just have to try to learn not to be a busy fool sometimes. I suppose. Anyway, that's my take on beaches. That they are nice, but you have to learn to kind of relax and chill and yeah, not be too worried and too busy, I suppose. Anyway, um, hope you find this tag interesting and entertaining. As I said, it's been ages since I've done one. Um, Hopefully, I did okay. And yeah, as I mentioned at the start, I will have all these questions linked down below. Um, I guess I'm supposed to tag people. I don't know who to tag. I don't know who's done this or not. Um, but if you're watching this and you want to do it, um, you can say that I tagged you. I tag you. Whoever is watching this and wants to do it, you are tagged. Yeah. So thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in my next one.